Okay, I don't want to wait too long because we have a very tight agenda. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us today. It is really a pleasure to have you be here. I'm glad to see you all turning on your cameras so we can see you. This is Grant Writing and You. This was put together on behest of the USDA NIFA to really talk about what are the skills and the ways in which you might write a grant to submit to the CYFAR Sustainable Community Projects competition. Over the next 2 days, we're going to spend some time talking together, working in small groups, and moving forward. There are about 45 of you who are joining us, and thus we are not going to have each one of you introduce yourselves now, but you will introduce yourselves because throughout today and tomorrow, you'll have an opportunity to meet with others and share with them. And so we thought that might be an easier way than having to take the time to try to go through 45 people. So with that, let me again welcome you, tell you how honored we are that you were willing to spend time with us this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. Steph? So one of the things before we get started, you will see that you can have this scripted at the bottom of your screen. You may turn that off if you don't want it. The other thing is that we are recording this, so please be aware that that is happening as well. We did that so people can access it and listen to it again if they like. What I want to do now is just briefly introduce the members of this team. This is the CYFAR Professional Development and Technical Assistance Team. You can see everyone's pictures. My name is Lynn Borden. I'm at the University of Minnesota, where I serve as the Associate Dean in Extension. My colleague is Dr. Daniel Perkins, and I believe he's on. I just can't see him. You want to say hello, Dr. Perkins?
Sure. Hello. Glad to be with you. Thanks, Lynn.
Yeah, Dr. Perkins serves as the PI on this, and he also serves as the PI on the Military Clearinghouse. In addition, our team includes Mark Otto, who's the project director, Adia Richmond, who's a researcher, Suzanne Van Den Hagenhoff. Okay, Suzanne, I just massacred it. I apologize. Who's our evaluation specialist, Stephanie Nunn, who's the evaluation specialist. Those 4 people are at the University of Minnesota, followed by Philip Ely, who is at Penn State along with Dr. Perkins. Next slide. So you can see that we have a map that shows you all the places currently where we have CYFAR sites. We run between 40 and about 43 sites each year. As you know, funding for the SCPs is a rotating process. Some grants go off and other grants come on. Sometimes that's a small number, and like 1 or 2 grants, and sometimes it's a little larger number, somewhere around 10. That all depends on the number going off and the number coming on and the availability of funds. Okay, thank you, Steph. So what are our objectives here today? Well, one of the things we really want to do is make sure that you know more about the CYFAR program and the process for applying for funding. We want you to be able to learn about the required elements of a successful CYFAR proposal, my apologies. We want to have you actually learn from other people who are going to tell you about their lessons learned, what's worked, what hasn't, what you might put in a budget and what you might not. That always is an exciting piece because there are things that are allowable and there are things that are not. Learn about the resources that are available through the Children, Youth, and Families PDTA Center. We have a lot of tools that can help you. And then over the next 2 days, you'll have an opportunity to spend some time workshopping your ideas and getting support about how to put together positive programming and outcomes for children, youth, and families. So what does today's agenda look like? Well, from now until 2:15 or a little less, we're going to do the welcome and just talk about the objectives, which we've done. Then next, I'm going to introduce Dr. Benita Williams, who's the National Program Leader for the Division of Youth and 4-H at USDA NIFA. We'll take a break. Breaks will depend. If we're running a little over, we may shorten breaks. Just be aware of that. At 3 o'clock, we're going to do evaluation and CYFAR PDTA Center resources. And at that point, we're going to do some breakout sessions as well and looking at how you might develop your program model. Again, a break, and then creating and using logic models. And then at 4:30, Dr. Williams is going to conduct a listening session. All these times are Eastern Standard. So if you're thinking, wow, how am I off and why doesn't my clock match this? That could be why. All right, thank you.